pornography really tells you who you are, your psychological template, yeah? Your
Yeah.
relationship with power, your relationship with control, your relationship with, like, the, it tells you what your shadow is, like what you couldn't say out loud, yeah?
Mm.
You say it easily. You say it easily through your actions on such a site, because it's something that's secret. I've never gone to someone's house and they have their porn on TV blasting on their sound system. Like, it's never
Yeah.
like that. It's usually
Yeah.
earphones in a room in the smallest screen.
Today's episode is about AI, psychology of porn, and our sanity. So, Sichach, how do you think your sexual preferences have been affected by the content you consume, um, vis-a-vis your algorithm?
Is it my algorithm or okay? I think the process to having an algorithm is quite iterative, right? So
Yeah.
okay, I think your sexual preferences are really affected by the media you consume, because like, if if you only see a certain type of girl on Instagram, yeah,
Mm.
you are likely to conform to that type of girl in real life. Do you know Liv Bori? I don't know if her name is pronounced like that. She has her podcast. It's called Win 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 podcast. Yeah? Maybe I can link the podcast here. She has this idea of Moloch. So the first time I saw her describing this idea, she used something called the beauty wars, right? So like,
Mhm.
you take an image, you take a photo, you like the photo enough, and you're like, oh, I'm going to share this photo on Instagram, right? And then you add a filter to that photo, and now the filters work in strangers, because like, first it was just color. These days they are just slightly, yeah, just like the
Yeah.
size of your eyes. Like, they are just, you don't look like you have filtered photos in real life.
Mm.
And
Mm.
okay, so this is idea of Moloch, where people people are like, no one wants to do this, yeah, but if you don't put filters on your photos, yeah, you are losing out on an audience online,
Mm.
right? Now everyone is putting filters and no one wants to put filters, yeah? It's counterintuitive. And moral of the story, yeah, you don't meet Instagram girls on the ground, yeah? And even talking of like, what it affects is the standard of beauty, like that, the expectation of beauty, yeah? It's quite visual, yeah? And for some reason, I think do you think I think girls do better, right, on IG than men,
Yes.
yeah? And I think they do better on all dating apps.
Girls do better in dating apps.
Yeah, by far. You're the first girl who's probably doing worse. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you are mean. Lakini ni sawa.
No, you've exposed yourself. No, girls do better on dating apps, yeah? Okay, a lot of concepts, even before we go to the algorithm. This is, I think, and I think all social apps are dating apps on a long enough timeline,
Yes, I
including LinkedIn.
agree.
All social apps are dating
LinkedIn,
apps.
though, you would hit someone up through LinkedIn.
Yeah, okay, like,
Hi, I'm manager of so and so. I
yeah,
saw
so
your
and so. I
picture.
laugh with the next line is, you could give me a job or I can give you a hand job, and then
Hey, no,
at
man.
least, you know you're not getting hired, but at least you'll get on top of something, right?
Oh my God. Hey, sawa, sawa.
Okay, so I think on a long enough timeline, all apps are dating apps, yeah? But there are those ones which are specifically dating apps. So let's look at the dating economy to say for women, right? I understand you use Tinder, right? Because you've said like your success rate is.
Not said anything. You have assumed. I have
Uh,
used Tinder. I have used Bumble. Um, yeah, I've used those two.
okay, so I'm familiar with Tinder, right? I'm that mainstream when it comes to apps. I'm familiar with Tinder, so
Yeah.
but I'm vanilla.
Tinder is so ghetto.
Okay.
Like, it's so ghetto. Like I can tell you, the DMs I've gotten from Bumble were way better than Tinder.
You should read some DMs. Later, when we are getting done with the show, you should read us some DMs. But this is the
Yeah.
idea, right? Like, I think statistically, let me check it up. But I think women swipe left. I think over 90% of the photos, on over 90% of the photos they see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two, the reason I think maybe you feel like men do better is the specific men that do well. It's an issue with hypergamy. So, like, hypergamy is this idea that women across competence domains, women will want to date someone who is equal or above them
Yeah.
in that competence domain, and men would like to date someone who is equal or below them in a competence domain. So
Yes.
whatever domain it is, even if we say it's age, perceived attractiveness, economics, money, level of education. That's why on Tinder you go, like, when you have a master's, your chances double on Tinder if you write master's on level of
Yes.
education. Yeah, as a man,
Yes.
as a woman, they have, right? Because a lot of men, like, you are now above them, so they don't prefer you as a sexual partner. Yeah, get this, yeah. For you, if you're working with me, I'm the best thing you could pull, right? But you're not the best. You are the one who will have me, because men are lazy. I'm
I genuinely think it's easier for men.
Yeah, because it's a buffet when you are a top 1% man. In that competition, yeah, for me, I'll have a lot of options, yeah, and I'm likely to pick the easiest one. It's not the best one, the easiest one
Mm.
to live with, yeah. I don't know if people pick the best one. Guys, in the comments, you can share that. Do you pick the best person to date or the easiest person to date? I'm not sure. Yeah. But for you, I think you're thinking like, okay, again, the competition for that caliber of man is too much, right? And I think, again, it's the hypergamy problem, because to a
Yes.
lot of people, you are attractive.
Like it's a situation whereby I've seen this guy, looks like a nice guy. He's the type of guy, if I told him I liked him, even if he'd put me down gently. He wouldn't be like like, even if my heart would be bruised,
It
it's
won't
a nice bruising. Like it's not like,
see
yo,
violence.
you think I could date you? I can't go for a dude. My ego can't take it. To
Let me,
me,
let
I've
me.
gone to a dude. I've been like, hey, you look nice. I've been checking you out. If we could go for a couple of dates. Most dudes are like,
In Kenya,
no.
do people go
But
to a couple of dates?
kwani which Kenya are you in?
Mimi na
So kwenda urupa kapo kwa nini date?
Yeah, like, but my question is, yeah, there's this meme. I don't remember the name of this lady who was saying, like, date is a waste of time. Call me to your home. No, but my experience as a Kenyan is, Kenyan women don't like dates, or at least
Really?
they don't like the Western idea of a date.
Yes.
Like, the Western idea, like, you go sit down, eat in a restaurant, like
Mm.
there's only a certain category of, like, and it's not general. Yeah? I think majority of them will be very happy with come over than let's go out. Come over, ma. If you are going out, let's do something and it's physical. I think Kenyans get bored sitting
Is
down.
it that or like Kenyan men are complacent?
No, it's not like.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I think, yeah, I think, like, it's complicated for Kenyans, right? Because Kenyans have huge socioeconomic gaps, right?
Yes.
But at your home, you have control over a lot of things. And I think also ladies don't want to feel the disappointment of having an expectation and then umepelekwa fish and chips.
But you see, it's the same. If that is the case, if I go out on a date in your guy's home and I have bad sex, what happens? And it's the
But it's
first
okay, the
date.
sex was hard. Like, like I think it
You
was
see,
not.
that is the difference between now you guys and us women. Because us will be like, that is just a wasted body count. Because what is that? What is that?
Okay, my
So
question is: you go out
hmm,
on a date with someone, how will you measure their need?
you
Because
don't.
you can still go on a date and it turns out work.
You see, sex is mental first, right? If, for example, Sichach, you meet a girl, she's pretty, but you've not had conversations with her. And then you ask her out on a date. And maybe you go somewhere, you eat, or you invite her over. And everything you're saying, she looks very uninterested. What happens? Will you not?
Okay, I'm going to answer this. Like,
Exactly.
no,
Exactly.
no, I would listen. I would, right?
My God.
I'll just assume I'm masturbating. It will feel rapey, but because again, my question is, why is she here? Like, because
Maybe she thought she was giving you a chance. But
but you don't
instead of you putting her in an environment outside your home, but they don't understand niggas.
no like
Why would you
my
take
question is,
a girl you've just met into your space like that for a first date? Why do that?
and a lot of times the ladies are the ones who say ni invite, right? They don't say nipeleke date. In short, they already know like what they want from that. Yeah.
So this is the thing. She's not told you invite me to your place.
Ni inv- David, ni invite. Like, where else am I inviting you? I don't own the restaurant. Like, if,
It's like
if someone wanted you to take them on a date, yeah, they would tell you nipeleke date, right? Take me to a date. Kenyan women are very direct. Take me to a date. They say, like, my experience is people say what they want. Yeah,
yeah.
people say what they want. Yeah, and I think there are a few people I know, yeah, who would like a date, but
But
majority of the people I know, they'd like a date after that first invite. Like after that, that's when they are like, okay, yeah, because I think that's what you test, right? Like first, can I live with the quality of sex? Yes. Okay, then I'd like to know you. I like to know you. After
but
that,
I have met women who they feel like, and they're Kenyan women. Yes, they want sex, but they can't directly tell the nigga that they want sex. So they keep on hinting.
I'm lifting my bra up, the audience.
Yeah.
Okay, so like no, like, and that's the issue, right? Because like someone wants the sex, yeah, they can't say it, and then you are here busy planning dates, picnics, and what, and ah, I hope there's another Kenyan man listening to this and they'd back me.
No, I
The
generally
only
think
thing
like
you'll
the
come,
Kenyan dating
the,
scene is
the only thing that will
is
come out
going
of that
to oh
is
sorry.
kuitwa simp. Kenyan women don't like romantic people. Like,
What? No, we do.
yeah, you
Kenyan
like
women like
romantic
romantic
people
people.
after you already like them. Like, what can I say? Like, it's not that you are unromantic, yeah, but you are direct. You like
Yes.
direct. Like, there's a certain time period, yeah. We can't go on. Like, there's a certain time period if you have not shown sexual interest, yeah, immediately friends, right? Like, and I promise you, it's less than 2 hours. I know
Is it
people are not
why
Kenya, but basically mtu anakwambia maua nitachuna huko town.
by the come?
Baby. Eh? Like, I think we have very, what can I say? Like, because again, what you're forgetting is the Kenyan dating scene is the way it is because women are the gatekeepers. Whatever women set the standards of dating as, that's what the standards of dating in that area will be. If I have to take you to a date, I'd always take people to dates. Like, you are the gatekeepers, right? And I told you, men conserve energy. We are lazy. Yeah. So, if if the
Yeah.
first if the first text is ni invite, then we all know what you are saying, right? We all know what it is.
Okay, let me ask you as a Kenyan man. So when the girl is like, invite me to your place, what does that entail? Like, what does that mean for Kenyan dude?
Okay. She's coming to, this is my thinking. I don't think immediately it's we are going to have sex, right? But there's a chance of sex, right? It depends on her perception of my space, basically, right? So if my space has the right vibe, the right energy, I've become romantic, I've done something romantic, like I've made effort, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's likely to go well, right? And then after that, that's when you'll hear someone say, "Oh, 20 date," right? Like 20 date. Like, it's, I think it's a more personal approach to knowing you than going out to a restaurant. Yeah.
So you feel like it's not completely a facade, but there's a form of facade if we do the Western way of dating.
Like, it feels like, okay, there are people who do it, because they, okay, ama again pia inaweza kuwa a impact, an experience ya social class, generation, age, like inaweza kuwa, right? That it could be the reason that this is how my experience has been. But I know a lot of Kenyan women who, like, they don't like to waste time.
Yes.
Like, yeah, they don't like to waste time. Yeah. Like, you better show that sexual interest immediately. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, immediately.
We
So
can give an example like in campus. You remember we had Ugandans, we had Nigerians, but Kenyan women were seen as more outgoing or they fuck a lot,
it's
basically.
it's it's it's, it's the directness. Like, we are, I think, even as a people, we are very direct. Our language is so direct. Like, someone tells you something you want to, you are not sure if you laugh, you should laugh or take them to a police station.
You can imagine.
Like, it is the experience. I think it's the Kenyan experience. Just look at how we've made a detour from our topic here. But that's,
Yeah.
also question, when let's say, like, you get someone from a dating app, right? Or like now, because you said, like, it's the same people. If this person DM'd me on Instagram, I'd be down, right? Does it affect your dating on the ground? Do you like the same people on the ground? Like, let's say this person is not on a dating app. For example, I want to give a bad example. Yeah? Like, if let me tell you from my end, ndio usinifanye simp kwa stream. Yeah? But during those times that I was swiping, if I saw you, I'd have swiped right without
Yeah.
knowing you, right?
Yeah.
And I still think, even on a person to person approach, I'd still approach you. Yeah?
Mm.
So I'm like, but I'm not sure. It's strange. I have never actually dated someone who is light skinned. Like, okay, in Kenya, Debbie is light skinned. I know in other countries she's black, but
Yeah.
in Kenya, Debbie is light skinned. Yeah? So I'm like, but you know what? My porn tastes match the women I date.
Mm.
Small body, dark skinned ladies. Just that. Like, they're not big at all. Petite.
I think it's the same with. Have you seen Kanye West tweet lately? He's
No, no,
been
no.
uploading a lot of porn.
Yeah, like on X. I saw it. I saw people commenting on it, but I don't like.
Yeah, and those
But
women really look like the women he's been dating.
and that's why I'm asking, like, because I'm saying, like, if I saw you on Tinder, I'd swipe, but I'm more likely to date my pornography image. The
Mm,
algorithm, the porn algorithm is correct with me.
not really. For me, not really.
Have I dated someone light skin? No.
I've only dated someone light skinned once, and
Okay.
that's not my preference.
Do you swipe? Okay. Do you swipe?
Okay, for like my dating apps, the most guys I swipe right on are dark guys. Dark guys are not very tall by the people. I've only dated people my height.
Yeah,
I've
that's why I
never
know I'm your type.
dated I've never dated people who are like 6 foot. Never. So I don't know.
Like, so even when they are on a photo without anything to measure their height, you still have a sense like this is a tall person, this is the height I'd want, etc. You're the first lady I
Yes.
hear you don't date tall people.
It's something I would want, but it's not a deal breaker for me. Okay, I'm not I can't marry a dwarf. That I'm
No,
sure.
no.
And I have nothing against those people. Lucky msinikuje kwa comments. Don't come for me in the comments. But like naturally, naturally how I go
Maybe.
for
Eh?
guys. I
Debbie,
usually guys who are my height.
Debbie, can I ask something? Yeah. Do you
Mm.
think like you have a big size criteria when dating people? When
Dick
choosing
size.
physical, yeah, like for example, right, statistically a dwarf would have a small dick, right? Indians, the people you've said that you don't date, Indians.
What yeah, we can do that.
Like I'm asking because the way I hear you are disqualifying people.
You're getting to know my sexual preferences. But let me ask, let's go back, kidogo. There was a time on TikTok that most parents were being told to stop posting their children on TikTok because a lot of pedophiles are
Pedophile.
online. Yes. Let me ask, where do they get pedophilia content? And how does the algorithm work that it
because because
connects?
because they have to be getting it somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But that's a tough question to ask. One, if I'd known the answer, that's self-incriminating, but I don't know.
It would be very incriminating.
Yeah, but
But
I don't
yeah,
know. But this is what I'd guess, right? I think there are sites on Tor that you can access any type of whatever gets you
porn.
there, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I think there are sites that are catering for these people. I don't know how to get them. I'm not saying this as a way of cleaning my image. No, I'm not sure. But I believe like the world is so rotten that that has to happen. You know what Rule 34 is, right?
No, I don't know what Rule 34 is.
Rule 34 is this, yeah? Anything you can imagine of on the internet, there's a porn for it.
Damn.
Like it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what really.
No, it's sad because men can fuck anything.
No, women too fuck anything. Like I've no, like we are human beings.
Now I'm fighting for the ladies.
No, like
I genuinely think
I know women. Like I also know women, so I'm like
I'll send you the link, you put it in the description. It's a TikTok video that was saying there was a brothel in an Asian country. I can't remember if it's Indonesia or something. And they took this orangutan, this type of monkey,
yeah, I know.
and they taught it how to dance. and men would just come and fuck it because of curiosity, so that they can see.
Because there is a hole. I think men have challenges with holes. A man sees a hole,
Oh my
they want to
god!
put their dick in it.
Oh my god! What is that?
But it's
It's
disgusting.
not like they didn't have options of ladies there, but they're like, let's try it.
But
So
who owned the brothel that had an orangutan as a client?
I
Like,
don't know.
how did they find out people would want to fuck it? Because this
I
has
really don't. And how
this,
do you come to that thought process?
and I'm saying this has to be
Maybe I should
something
put
that is
an
very,
animal here.
yeah, this is something that has to be very data driven, right? Like,
Yeah.
maybe people they know of someone who fucked an orangutan, and then they're like, the market has to be bigger.
Oh my god. So they are doing business, hey, man. But
But
there's so many ethical implications.
yeah, I know we are talking about this thing quite lightly, yeah? But I'm like,
Yeah.
because okay, because you've handled. Hey, I don't know if this video will be monetized. This is tough, but we are just going to say it. I don't know if YouTube will allow it there, but hey, I'm just going to ask this. Yeah? So, like, my question is, yeah, do you think like people did do the people who start wanting to who become pedophiles, yeah, because I don't think like it's something that I'm not going to do with that I was born a pedophile thing, no, right?
No.
Like,
Yeah.
we have to admit that there are some things that are acquired tastes, right?
Yes.
Because do you think like maybe they went to maybe a vanilla site like Pornhub, right? Because it's vanilla, like it's the mainstream company, right? And then like they were into pictures, into teen pictures, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
it becomes a rabbit hole where like they reach to children, and then after you've consumed this type of content, you start finding children sexually attractive.
If that is your question, would that mean that their morality compass is very fluid? Is
No,
it possible that a morality compass can be fluid?
no, I think, okay, I'm going to say this, and this is not in defense of any pedophile. I think I have to be very explicit in that. I think men are obsessed with youth, right?
Men are obsessed with
Youth, like
ah
uh, like uh, they like young people, right? So, like, once, so you'll find that's why, let's say, as much as, let's say, someone like Leonardo DiCaprio is, it's weird, like 25 is his age limit, yeah,
yes,
but it's
yes,
very normal, right? It's very normal, like even 50-year-old men will want a 22-year-old, 21, 23, like around that. I don't know if men like destroying innocence. Maybe there's something in that psychologically, right? Yeah, is it power or is it innocence? But the other
I
question is,
think
yeah,
it's
the other
power.
the other question is, people who watch, let's say, MILFs, female boss, because I think the people who watch female boss are different from the people who watch secretary. The setting is the same,
Yeah.
and actually you might find the same clip has been named differently. But yeah, like that difference in the title makes a difference for them. Do you think this, like, I think when it's female boss, it's they like what to be dominated. Is it a power,
Yes.
or is it like, is it corrupting power? Because also, like, people may be corrupting power, right? Because again, I know I'm looking at this with a lot of psychological damage from, like, I'm talking from a damaged psychology, in the sense that, like, either you are destroying innocence, because I think that's what someone who is a pedophile is doing. It's not
Yes.
control. It's the death
Mm-mm.
of innocence, right?
Yeah. But why would someone want to strip away someone's innocence?
No, like, My question is, yeah, I think it's very, I don't know, like, because why would I be more attracted to, I'm 31. Why would I be more attracted to a 22-year-old than a 29-year-old?
Mm.
Right? It's very
That would be
common in men.
control.
Is it control?
That would be control.
Is it control, or is it because it's not like Debbie, it's not like if I date a 28-year-old, 29, 30, yeah, I'd lose control. It's not like that.
But
Because
you see,
imagine a 50-year-old man, right? So let's say someone is in their late 50s, so 55 upwards, yeah? They still don't go for women in their upper 20s. And if it's control, they have control up to a woman who is 40 years old. So that's my argument against control.
I genuinely think, okay, I'll give an example. I dated a guy who was 11 years older than I was. And I hated the experience. I always thought because he was older, he knew more. He knew more, but it wasn't coming from an intelligence perspective. It was always coming from my friend, or this is how I went. This is how I did things. You
So
see, but that is not an
it's
intellectual
experiential. Yeah?
perspective because you need to tell me why it went wrong. It's not about an age thing. And then you have to contextualize your situation. Like you can't always say we were this, like me being 22 and him being 22 a few years ago were not the same thing. So what it felt in the relationship was like I was losing myself because I'm the type of person who likes to be edified by what do you know? How did you come to that thought process? While him, I'm sorry to say, he was a damn nigga. So Nile, like
Again,
when
but
I was dating,
isn't that your
when
fault
we
to
were
date
dating,
someone dumb? Like,
but there
you
he
knew they
was
were dumb.
dumb.
You knew it. So, like, and you see, like, there are women who will not mind a dumb person because
But
they don't define themselves on their intellectual value is not, they don't value intellect that much. They value, let's say, performance, experience, stability. Because Debbie, you value intellect, right?
I
I've known you for a while, and I'm like, you value intellect. But
yeah,
because you've brought up something interesting, yeah? Do you think, like, for him it was about control?
yes, to a
Because
point. It was
you've said
about
you
power.
you you are losing yourself, yeah? So
Yes.
is it control, or is it the death of, is it killing someone? Because,
Okay.
yeah, like, there are people who control people, yeah? And there are people who want to kill whatever you are. Like,
Mm.
they want to fundamentally change you, and that's why I've said, like, it's the killing of innocence, it's the death of innocence, yeah? Now, because again, have I ever dated someone who is older than me?
Tell us.
No. I'm remembering. I have the names on a list in my head. No, like, I think the older I've become, the bigger the age gap has become, which might be creepy.
Me, the older I've become, the more younger dudes are hitting on me. Now I'm finding 21-year-olds hitting on me, especially
And
on social
now,
media.
is it because you are a mumamas to them? And then
I
again,
just,
we come. No, we come to Nini. We come to the people who watch secretaries and the people who watch bosses. Right? I'm talking from a male perspective. Maybe you can share the female psychology on the same, right?
okay.
So, like, the people who watch secretaries, MILFs, etc., right? Do you think, like, for them, what is it about? What is their, because I think in reality, yeah, pornography really tells you who you are,
Mm.
your psychological template, yeah? your
Yeah.
relationship with power, your relationship with control, your relationship with, like, the it tells you what your shadow is, like what you couldn't say out loud. Yeah,
Mm.
you say it easily. You say it easily through your actions on such a site, because it's something that's secret. I've never gone to someone's house and they have their porn on TV blasting on their sound system. Like, it's never
Yeah.
like that. It's usually
Yeah.
earphones in a room, in the smallest screen.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
like,
true.
I'm asking, is it because, like, what does it say about these people?
Mm.
Because you're saying, like, you're getting hit on by 21-year-olds, right?
Yes. Yes.
You don't look 21, meaning they know you are not 21.
Yes.
They might not know how old you are, but they know you are not 21 now. And, like, when you minus economics, what do you think makes them attracted to you?
Of course, what has attracted them is my face card. However, I genuinely think
Okay, I'm not
uh,
laughing because it's I'm laughing because of their arrogance. What?
but I genuinely think there are people who like being dominated in bed.
Do you
And
dominate
they
people
don't
in bed?
mind a woman who is older dominating them.
But they'd mind an agement.
You see, the thing with dudes who are young are fucking older women, they can still fuck their age mates or people who are younger than them.
So it's a novel experience for them. Like, it's
It is,
something new, right?
yes. It's not like men who are in their 50s can date women who are in their 40s, but they just choose not to. They'd go for the younger, the better.
And that's why I was saying, do men like to kill innocence?
It might be so.
Because,
We
like,
we
I
need a
think
proper a
psychologist.
sex psychologist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's so, like, it's so deep, it's strange, right? Because
Yeah.
the hardest industries to kill, yeah, are pornography and prostitution, because these two things provide an avenue to express your deepest desire without shame.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever been to a strip club?
Yes, but
Strip
I
club.
didn't even.
And I didn't go to a high-end strip club. It wasn't high-end in any way. It was dingy. Like when you enter the strip club, it's dark. Yani
Nenda
the hall
lulu.
is.
Nenda lulu.
And what I can tell you, I've gone with friends most of the time, and I can tell you, whenever we tip them, because they're rarely tipped either way, because they're dingy places, they tend up to open up mostly about how life has been so harsh to them.
But unaona, their
And
clans are different, right? Because what's that?
yes,
That's pity, right? It's pity.
yes,
When you go to a different strip club, they are not selling pity.
but they can't sell pity in a
They sell,
high-end strip club.
yeah, they sell an ear, right? They play on your honiness and like accessibility. Like, I'm accessible to you. You can, like, yeah, like the dynamic is different because you can sell pity, David. Like, you can sell pity, yeah. Because
Mm.
again, like, and I think the psychology is still the same. The people being told this, they feel like, naweza toa huyu hapa, right?
See, that is the thing. Hata akimtoa hapo, even if they get the perception that he can help her, she will still go back to that strip club.
Yeah, it's
But
her
this
job.
was my point.
Yeah.
This was my point. They weren't doing that to men. They were telling us, ladies who are there.
Okay. Is it
You
because,
see, now that's the
okay, do you
difference.
think it's sexual? I think, yeah, it's what? Like, I think it's judgment. Women are socially conscious than men, or the
It,
consequence of someone looking down upon you as a woman are worse than if you are a man. So like
Yeah.
they see women, they feel like they are being judged maybe, and they feel like they need to defend themselves. But again, like in a high-end strip club, will they talk like that?
That's the question.
Because I don't think
But are they allowed to talk like that
no,
in high-end strip clubs?
no,
They're not?
no.
Yeah. You see, strip clubs from like low end strip clubs, they don't have a lot of strict rules, but hygiene is on top. But like about how you converse with a customer, they're really not trained to do that. Because you see, girls who strip for high end strip clubs, most of the time they were high end escorts, and that is a whole different
Ama,
ballgame.
it's the first, like it's the like they don't want to do the escorting, but they are willing,
Yes,
and they are not sure if it's something they want to do, right? Because
yeah,
I read, like, but it was such a long time. I don't know if I can get that. It was an article in, I don't know if it was Nation, yeah. They were talking about
yeah.
this lady who strips, and then like she's a banker, and then she says like the amount of money I make in a night, yeah, is more than my salary after a month. Yeah? And you are like,
Maybe I should be a stripper.
baby, you're already exposing yourself on the internet emotionally. You can only be a prostitute once. Do it everywhere.
Do you know,
You can do it
someone
everywhere.
sent me a link of escorts, and
Do
there
you
was
think
no chick who was below, who was above the age of 25.
No, they are. I can. Okay. I know these things. I'm sorry, but but you are not like, what can I tell you? It's the same way people say like artists can never grow up above 25 years. Like as a musician, you can't be above 25 because immediately people know your age. Your music
Yeah.
feels different to them. Actually, and again, I think that's what happened to Drake, right? Like he stayed 25 for too long until people started questioning.
Hey, no
Yeah.
more.
But the idea is, yeah, like you are always 25 so that like you can do the bangers. Because
Yeah.
when now, like, if I decide like, okay, I'm becoming a rapper tomorrow, yeah, I'm not going, like, people expect like certain deep music from me, yeah,
Yeah.
but I really want to rap about us.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to tell people how old I am, except
Yeah.
like now I've told them because maybe they'll watch this podcast. But the good thing is somewhere after 20 minutes, no one ever watches these things.
No, people will watch.
Yeah, okay, like at that point they will, yeah. But that's why you don't hear a lot of artists saying their ages, and I think escorts do the same. Debbie, if you tell someone you are 24 for a night and this person is 45 or 50, I promise you they'll buy it. They'll believe it. Yeah.
All I have to do is be naive, right?
Because again, if you become naive, like I think you'd do poorly if you lose I think you would attract a certain client. You know Ayla? You should check out Ayla. Yeah? She's check out her ex, yeah?
The spelling.
Ayla. Like she's she's that intellectual style escort. It has its own audience. Like
Yes.
if let's say I'm bored at home, I'm not the type of person who would like a beam. Yeah, I'd like to hang out with someone who has a brain. I'm not saying these other escorts who play that role don't have a brain, yeah, but they choose not to use it in a certain way, so that like they can attract certain clients. And that's why I've said the bimbo thing works for people who want to kill innocence. That's what who it
Yep.
works. I'm so convinced it's death of innocence. Or
We
at least,
need to do a part 2 of this episode.
yeah, and we need a psychologist. I'll call Nasim,
Yeah.
and then I shouldn't have mentioned her. I'll edit that out. But I'll call her, and then we see if she can accept to be a guest. Yeah, because I think this is so, like, porn and sex is so what, it's so fundamental to what we are. Like, it's animal instinct.
Mm.
You like what you like, and that's it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Mm.
Like, that's it. Yeah. Because I'm asking myself a lot of questions. Yeah. Because as we are talking, I was like, what do you think it's like, David? Let's say, like, do you think women who like to sleep with younger men, what's their psychology as a woman? What do you think? Is it
The psychology usually is he doesn't know much. I'm gonna teach him. It's gonna be based on my terms. I am in control because I can demand as many rounds as I want. I'll have sex the way I want it. Of course, there's an element of reciprocation, but it's a matter of control. I don't think if a 22-year-old would mind being pounded on with a very gorgeous 35-year-old. Don't think so. Men are very simple creatures.
no, like, okay, yeah, like, but my issue is, this is my question, I think, and it plays well to templates, right? To personality templates, especially when you do averages of what's the need that women crave for most, right? So it's safety, security. The problem with safety and the trade-off of safety and security is control.
Yeah, it's control. You
That's the
see,
trade-off.
someone.
That's the going concern. Like, that's what you lose when someone is able to provide you safety and security. By the definition of the word safety and security, it means you are locked up in some way, right? So, like, if that's what you are missing, you are likely to find control attractive. Because for men, what we miss is what do men miss. So that, like, we want to kill. What do men miss so that they want to kill innocence? I don't know. But for
You see,
women,
for
like,
women,
it's me. Yeah?
women who go for younger dudes, they find safety and security with their emotions. They know this will not go anywhere. They know they're able to control their emotions with this dude. They won't feel manipulated per se, as if they were dating a guy who's their age mate or
Or
older
older.
than them.
Because
Yeah.
I think the best example for men is someone who is attracted to older women, right?
Yes.
Because for them, it's about losing control. It's the opposite. Like, for men, you are expected to have your shit together a lot of times. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
so, like, when someone can have their shit together on your behalf,
Yeah.
like, it
They
works.
share that responsibility. They take away some of that
It's
responsibility.
the responsibility. Like, you are no longer the person who needs to do things.
Yes.
I think the psychology matches that way. But
Mm.
and I think the rest of the relationships now become hypergamous, which is what we consider a norm, right? So,
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
older dudes, a younger lady,
Yeah.
like, that's hypergamous a lot of times, right? But because I'm thinking, like, so do you think, like, when people watch pornography for where the authority is lopsided, yeah? Where it's not hypergamous, do you think, like, it's a way to live out, like, almost like adrenaline rush their,
Fantasies.
yes, like, honor, or the thing they don't want in their life, right? Like, for example, like, I don't know, like, since I got
Let
married,
me ask.
since I because I'm,
When
huh? Pardon?
let me ask. When a man is watching porn, who does he watch? In a heterosexual type of porn.
And okay, that's a deep question because I'm not sure if you watch someone else or the person on the screen?
Because for women watch women. Like most women,
Watch
when they are watching porn,
they watch how other
they
women
are
are.
looking at the manhood, but they're really looking at the chick, because
I think
that is what.
also men watch
Mm.
women, if that was the question. Like it's easy. Okay, a
So you see,
heterosexual.
the psychological aspect is a bit different, because
Yeah,
you'd think women are watching men mostly, but we are watching women. That's why most women, even straight women, watch a lot of lesbian porn.
yeah. Lesbian porn is so popular. Like I think it's the most popular genre. Yeah, because men and women watch it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, it's not about someone being lesbian. Yeah, like
No.
I think what is it? Because again, even socially, yeah, women are closer to women. Like
Yes.
your physical boundaries are closer, right? So is it because women react better, or is it because women bring out the emotional aspect of it? Because again, I think for men it may feel like they are doing a job.
But you see, for porn is porn, there's no much emotion. It's like women want to see what they usually feel.
That's
You
what I.
see what you usually feel.
And men watch
It's
women for
I
different
have a
reasons.
friend, I have a girlfriend whose sexual preference is not norm. So how she enjoys gay sex. She really enjoys gay sex, but she is bi.
That will be
You
the
see,
worst person for me to date. Like, I'm not doing a threesome with another man. Like,
but she told me the reason why she enjoys gay sex is the fact that she feels it's more sincere. So maybe her idea of how porn or
oh,
sex was introduced to her was the man was so aggressive. But it doesn't mean gay porn isn't aggressive, but she just feels like it's more
it's honest.
intentional and
It's honest
sincere. Yeah.
because
Like she feels like they're coming on the same plate,
okay,
if that makes sense. Yeah.
it does. Like so, like, but so for her, porn is not about okay because again it becomes psychological, doesn't it? Right?
Yes.
Is it because like she in her life like the sexual encounters, especially her being bisexual, there was a time when it was not sincere. Like it was not what she wanted, it's what was being done.
I don't know.
Like is it that like because again I think we are onto something here, Debbie. Like no, we are like I think the
Yeah.
statement will be show me your porn, I tell you who you are.
Yes.
We have a new title, right?
What if it's the fact that deep down there's I don't want to say hate, but she really hates the misogyny that comes with men. So misogyny for her maybe looks like anything that has a dick. So maybe she derives pleasure from watching gay porn.
Because men cannot be like you can't have the gay joke when you are gay, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah, like it doesn't matter if you are a top or a bottom, either way like there's no gay joke there, like it's humility.
Yes, yes.
It's humility, right?
Maybe she just hates the power dynamic. And maybe that those are one of the reasons, even maybe why she's bi, because women have been very present to her and have fulfilled most of her needs, even sexually. So maybe, mm,
For a bi
but I
person,
don't know. Like it's complex.
yeah, it's complex, and that's the problem. Human beings are complex, right?
Yeah,
But I think
yeah.
we figured it out. You show me your porn, I tell you who you are.
I think that should be the episode's title.
Yeah, show me your porn, I tell you who you are. Because
Yeah.
like we really like we really hide what we watch, especially when it's sexual. And I think it also affects the way people communicate in a marriage so much. Yeah. Because you're not sure what your partner is never going to be honest about what they like.
Yes.
So you only do what you do, like what you think they like. Because, like, even if we're talking about porn, yeah, I'm not going to tell you all the genres of porn I like, right?
Yes.
Because I
Yeah.
think it's like you feel like you're exposing so much of who you are, and in a relationship,
Parts of you that you don't want to be aware of.
yes,
You can't admit.
you don't want to be aware of those parts. You don't want to admit, like, I am this person, and worse, I have always been this person. Yeah. That just, like, that's different. Yeah, like, I think we need a psychologist on this.
We do need a
we,
professional.
yeah, we are, I'm not equipped to nini this, because all we can do is bumble into discoveries, right? Yeah, we just talk until we find something that's profound within our speech. Yeah. But I'm like, we are looking at started with algorithms and how they affect
Yeah.
our sexual expectations, sexual
Preferences.
taste. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then we are here now talking about how, like, it's psychology, right? And this like this brings an issue, a challenge, yeah, with our discussion. So, do algorithms understand who we are better than we do? Are we that simple? Are we that data? Yeah.
I think mm, it
Because
knows that, but it tries. It can't. How do I say it? It can't showcase all of you.
no,
If
but
if if that's
but
the case.
well, if if my Instagram algorithm, yeah, and you've said your Instagram algorithm, your Tinder algorithm, yeah, and your Pornhub algorithm, yeah, all bring you to the same type of people, yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
the only challenge is, first, they bring you to the same type of people, and then, like, now, when the problem is, now you can't communicate to these people what you like, except statistically, because it's a statistical match, right? They'd be okay with anything you say, because they are the people who the algorithm chose for you. Yeah, this
Yeah.
profile of person will match with you. Meaning, once you got into a porn rabbit hole, yeah, you will end up with the same scenes. I
Mm.
think before people, I think before people get married, they should share their Pornhub account.
When they're going for counseling, they need to show their nini,
Like, no,
their
like,
Pornhub history.
not even counseling, yeah, just like before marriage, yeah, like that week before the wedding, yeah.
Hey,
It's
damn.
not history.
Some people won't get married.
No, but
Maybe the person you want to marry is watching sex with someone having sex with a monkey, and you're like, where? I can't metamorph their different species.
siwezi kuwa monkey bwana.
Hawezi kuwa monkey mimi. No, man.
Ama, ama
Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. You see, sex is mental first, right?